Hello. So I'm just going to do a little bit of modding here. Test out the mod I've been making off stream. Okay, first I gotta find, well, hold on. So anyway, this mod will basically highlight any containers that contain any items whatsoever, and any inventory objects like hollow disks. So apparently these are inventory objects behind this display case. Fascinating. Fascinating. Cool. Oh, I missed a wrench. Fascinating. So this will make it a lot easier for me to find those little nooks and crannies with interesting stuff in them. Now, right now I am not too much of a fan of the current effect shader that's being used. But this is basically a recolor of the detect trap pulse shader from Advanced Recon Tech, which is the base on which I am building this mod. Because it has all the detection hooks that are required. Also, this apparently has something in it, but it's hidden. But I think that's how the organization tokens work for my overall storage. Let's go into my office. Really now? Okay, good. No bobbleheads, no static objects, just inventory items. Good. Things you can pick up. Hey, Jaron. How you doing? So this only highlights things you can pick up, theoretically. Although this is a static, and it's still glowing for some reason. Now, I haven't quite figured out how to make it stop. Shut up. Do what I want. That's not highlighted, that's fine. So it's containing, well, it's showing the objects which have inventories and items within them. So, yep. Keep holding down the fort. Now it doesn't highlight magazine boxes, but that's to be expected. Yeah, like I said, I don't know how to make it stop. So everything is going to be highlighted for the duration until I restart the game, more or less. Also, this is a container that requires a key, yet it seems to be coded as an activator, which I don't have tracked.
What's up?
And I've been trying to sort of tone down the glow of it all, but I don't know, I'm under the impression that brighter is better at the moment, because it's easier to spot in the dark that way. I'm just going around my offices to check on things. Plasma pistol, and it's not. That is some bullshit. Strange. Yeah, these were not highlighted for some reason. Neither were these. What the hell? Or these. Well, that is disappointing to me. Yeah, some of these are hit or miss, and I don't understand why.
Good to see you.
And some are just false positives. Some have hidden items, probably. Although I still don't know why the other little things are not being shown. Let's turn things down. Because I largely don't need the night vision too much now. Chef cook.
Along, please.
Refrigerator with nothing in it, except for maybe some hidden items. Some of this stuff may have respawned. So yeah, I don't really know how to properly have the glow effect go away. With either distance or having collected an item from a container.
Hey.
Hey. Let's go on to there, to our base. See what we can see. Which isn't a whole lot because it's so dark. By the way, this is me running Fallout TTW while also running Minecraft in the background because I am a madman and haven't noticed too many performance hits while testing. So, I mean, why not? I have it tied to the sneak key for now, which may or may not be a good idea. Also, I turned off that weird model glow mod that I had. So this is kind of
Hey.
some extended testing for this mod. Just to see what will glow and what will not. Vending machines don't seem to. At least not the ones that are here.
Hey.
So I think what might be happening with the containers that are painted with nothing inside them is that they have leveled item tokens in them that don't go away when the player interacts with the container. Now, I don't know if there's a way to distinguish between takeable inventory and non-takeable inventory in the code, but doing that would probably be ideal. Not to mention ensuring that it turned off the effect upon collecting all the items in a container. That said, it does work to some degree. Letter to Mama. Strange. So I'm kind of counting this as part of the playthrough. Dear Mama, I hope you're doing well, staying safe. I used the caps you sent back home to buy from a passing caravaner a bottle of medicine for Sally and a new pair of shoes for Billy. Sally is still coughing at night, but I think the medicine is helping. She is also doing real good at learning her letters. We practice reading every night before she goes to sleep, and the books usually help her with the nightmares. Billy is still being a rascal like usual. Keeps telling me that if I make him eat any more veggies, he's going to run off to Little Lamplight and not come back. I told him that if he keeps it up, I must sell him off to the pit where all the other misbehaving kids go. That usually keeps him quiet. Pa came round the house again, drunk as usual, and asking for caps. I told him that you are with the Brotherhood, so he'd best not make any trouble, or else a knight will punch his lips off with a power fist. He left us alone after I told him that, but I think he'll come back again later to look for more money for booze. Typical family shit. And another thing, Debbie told me she knew of somebody's brother who had joined up to fight and he got killed the first week in the ruins. Some feral ghouls gobbled him up and there wasn't nothing left to send back home. I know you promised you wouldn't be fighting or nothing. You were just fixing stuff for the Brotherhood, but I still worry an awful lot. I'm always trying to be the man. I'm always trying to be the man of the house like you told me, but I hope you can come home soon, even if it's just for a little bit. So this is from Rebuild the Capital, and it shows.
Hey.
Okay. So yeah. Got a bit of lore that I missed, because I have this mod to tell me that it is here. And I plan to keep developing this mod for various features and other stuff. And this is just some preliminary testing for, I don't know, before I start playing the game today. I'm gonna probably play on this version of the mod for a while, just to expose what issues occur that I want to fix somehow. Guess they're not an inventory object. Okay. I guess that's not too bad. Still, though, it could use a separate hotkey. Also, it could use a less jarring effect shader. That looks like things are duplicated too much. But it'll do for now. Also, I like blue for this. Differentiates it from the other shit. I also have Search and Mark, which sometimes fights for supremacy over what the hell it does. That and I don't know, it's kind of quiet. So I'm noticing that it doesn't really do the whole replacement of effect shader things too well. I think what it's doing is superimposing the hold on, the Search and Mark over my shader, which I call Loot Vision shader. It's not exactly working too well. And I think what may be occurring is the Search and Mark effect shader just uses an extended length of time where it has a very dark shader. That isn't that noticeable after a quick flash. but then it renews that flash when you hit right click again. There might be a way to change the search and mark to last a lot longer, or keep recycling intermittently. I haven't figured that out yet. So what I might do now that I've done some testing is look into that for a sec. After I go ahead and unburden, grab my currency back. Okay. Alright, so now there's my Minecraft. So I'm going to do something that's a little bit weird. That I don't typically do. And that is show my entire view of my display. Risky stuff. Because boundaries, what are those? So anyway, here we are. And this is the GEC, how I see it. Now I don't know if it's inverted for you or not, but it's inverted for me. Mostly. Because my eyes struggle with bright backgrounds on anything, so. Anyway. Letting thing load, because thing good. And yes, I did mark an ESM as an active file, because I have GEC extended for such purposes as intense modding action. So anyway, let's have a look at search and mark effect shader, and then look at the one I made. Well, first off, mine looks yellow here, but it's actually blue. Just full blue, so don't pay that too much attention. What we want to know is what are the metrics for time that search mark uses. Hardly any time on full alpha. Hardly any time on fade out. Okay, full alpha on uptime, and I kind of changed my effect shader from the detect traps. Let's see if we can pull that up too. Trap detected something, yeah. Trap detected pulse. Not only did I change the color, I also changed the full alpha ratio to be 80% and the persistent to be 60%. So the persistent alpha ratio over here is 10%. And then there's a pulse amplitude, fade in time over here, edge effects, full alpha, right. So I have no idea what is controlling the amount of time you actually see this thing. it's a bit of a mystery. Also, I can't really look at how the FX search and mark shader is being used in whatever script calls it or applies it. So I don't know when it is being cleansed and how many of the effect shaders are being cleansed at one time. Fall off of one. I hardly know what all of this means, but I know some, and can infer other things as well. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know. So the shear effect. So I'm noticing here under holes it's the same across the board. So that's not a factor. And this being trap detected, it's actually dispelling the effect shader whenever you stop crouching, I think, in a script. At least that's the assumption. Alright, what about the color keys? What are those? Source inverted alpha, source alpha, z-test function, particle birth ramp up, and not a whole lot of difference. I'm just playing a game of spot the difference here. Wherever the code does a thing differently according to the GEC. Aside from the full alpha time and the fade out time, I'm not seeing very much. And I don't know why search and mark doesn't resurge after a certain amount of time. And that's the main goal of this, is to make a persistent effect shader on collectible objects that can be toggled. And I don't even know how exactly search and mark is toggled in the code. I know that you do it in the game with right click, but I don't know specifically how the code creates the handler for right click being used. And that would be the ideal thing, really. Getting right click to activate my loot vision that hits everything more than search and mark does. It would be simpler to modify search and mark if I knew exactly where its scripting for application was, but it's I haven't found it at all. By the way, this is my break timer right there, and I don't want you to be blind, so I'm just gonna revert over to OBS while this ticks down. So this is what I've been dealing with when I say there's a timer in front of my face, and a short break incoming, long break incoming. This is a short break, 30 seconds only. It's meant to give your eyes a little bit of a break. Or at least that's how I determined it should be. But anyway, alpha pulse amplitude fallout, or fall off rather. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know what makes search and mark fade out like it does. From this, it seems like certain things are inconsequential. Although the alpha fade in time, alpha time, and fade out time are all nothing on search and mark. So it's like, that could be a factor, I'm not sure. Anyway, it's a constant battle with what I have determined is strange and interesting. Okay. What I could do is go to my script for this. Yeah, and this is directly inserted into the advanced recon stuff. So it's not freely shareable yet, but I do plan to make it freely shareable at some point in time. So anyway, this is for containers with stuff in them. I don't really know if it's entirely visible items, but yeah, it just applies it. However, I could, due to the looping nature of it, make this else, right? That's how it's supposed to work. You know what? I am better at this when I have my colors in there. So let's go over to Notepad++. Well, actually, no, this is the pure version. Let's do this one. This is my working version. Yeah, do that. So else should work. Let's blow that up so you're not flashbanged by the background. Let's see, our current ref dot hold on. Get that out of here. I don't need that. That was for school. So anyway. Let's see what else. We have a need for finding out how to manipulate effect shaders. Game effect functions, play magic shader visuals. Okay. Plays the effect shader visuals on the calling reference, right? Play magic effect visuals, stop magic shader visuals. Okay. SMS, okay. Effect shader base form. Right. That should be simple. So back over here we do SMS. I'm learning as I go, really. So loot vision, pulse shader, save. So if it's not greater than 0, it will go ahead and stop the shader on the containers, theoretically. Okay. Let's put this into the GEC then. Here? Right? I don't hate it. I don't absolutely love it, but I don't hate it. Save that, save this, compiling style, save that. Okay, and then just close it out. And we can push that down. I have a few plugins that allow me to go ahead and add GEC as a language in Notepad++. So that helps a bit. And yes, I am was a computer science major in college. So programming is just a thing in my toolkit. So a little lagged. I wonder why. Okay, well, I can hardly play like this. Jesus Christ. Now it is continuously checking everything, which is wild, to say the least.
Morning.
Morning. If you say so. Let's go someplace we haven't looted in this session. How about that? See how that works out. Okay. Stealing. More stealing. Maybe I should have a different effect shader for theft that maybe dyes them orange, because that would be kind of the thing to do to prevent me from looking at everything just to determine if I should take it. Garage door that goes nowhere. More stuff I shouldn't take for reasons. Okay. determining what constitutes theft in the code is going to be a challenge.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Okay, well, I can't take anything in this cell that would not get me shot. So, how about we go somewhere else? Somewhere I have more reign over? So that has nothing in it, of course. Knight's tent. And there's a skewed knight walking along the floor like a bug. It is weird, but understandable. It happens a lot, unfortunately. Da-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na. I've been frickin' humming that Vagabond Shoes song all frickin' day for some reason. I can pick this freely. Not give a fuck. Probably level up for it. Also, I surmise that I could dye certain categories of items with certain colors. Like, armor could be yellow, weapons can be red, all that jazz. Ammo can be whatever the hell. I'm sorry? You're not doing the thing like I want you to do. Hello? Well, this is unfortunate, but I'll take it. These two, what the fuck? Maybe there's a limit to how many things you can have done like this. Either that, or we're in what's counted as an exterior and it doesn't like that. I don't know. I am confused and dismayed. So much stuff I have not picked up. Because, I don't know, it didn't strike me as significant. But, yeah, I think interior cells are the main thing. Although it seems like the shader has gone kaput for some reason. Yeah, it has. I don't know why. Yeah. Seriously?
Hey there.
Yeah. I see you. Taking all your pull cues and turning off all your radios that nobody can hear because of paranoia that one day I will hear them and it will be a bad time for my VOD. Jesus. It's not working anymore. I don't know why. Not even on the simple objects. Oh. Works on that. Strange.
Good morning.
A crutch there. There's a first aid kit. Well, works on smaller objects now. Fission battery is cool.
Good morning.
Yeah. I don't have any ideas. Something strange is afoot. Alright, well, we got those in here. I don't know what I'm doing now. It's obvious that there are limitations, and I'm just going around getting random shit now. For pretty much no reason. What I want to do is test containers. But it seems like all the containers I see have no stuff in them. Ones I've collected enough from. Alright. Let's go back. Let's go back to my quarters.
Hey,
Where the lag happened. Although not too much. Okay. Well, we're not about to completely drain a container, because all of these containers I interact with are... Well, except for this one. Hold on, let's put some caps in there. Just a few thousand. Okay, well, it doesn't update all too frequently, which is weird. I don't know, man. So I might go ahead and do a bit of shenanigans over on a more pure save called this. So this is just me back in my quarters at Brotherhood HQ, in the capital just after getting shot in the head back in New Vegas. So let's go to New Vegas, untapped territory. And this is basically my big testing save. Huh. Oh. So it only updates while I'm crouching, which is peculiar to say the least, but not unexpected. Well, I mean, kinda works. Kinda? Well, it works for some things, but not for others. It works when the loop comes back around to check on the things that I have looted before. Come on, give me that syringe. Okay. Oh, and I can remain standing while that happens too, so fine. And it distinctly shows nothingness, where the desks are empty, which is fine. Takes a little bit to update. Does this go away? Can it please go away? Yes, it can. Strange business. So, I think what I might be running into is it having no check for if there is already an effect shader on the thing. So it's reapplying the same effect shader over and over again once it comes back to it. And that could be causing issues. That, and it's not... Yeah, it's taking too long to come back for my taste. It's more of a shimmer, too, which I kind of like. Yeah, and doing a separate shader for what counts as theft would be nice. But really, I'm just trying to get the basics going. Okay, how about this? We'll go ahead and try something else with the script to ensure that it's only hitting the things I want it to hit. Things that are not marked. Oops, not that one. This one. There. Make it active. Also, music. Here. And this is the playlist I've been playing. Oh shit. Hold up. Alright. The GEC is still loading. We can wait for the sound. So anyway, this is just me modding. Or, struggling to mod and looking up answers when I don't really know what a thing does or how I should implement a thing. And that's usually how modding a game goes, in my opinion. It isn't that complicated. Was detect traps, pulse, I think. Okay. So now we have the else over here, but we should also do an if our current ref dot is there a way to detect if an effect shader has been applied already, or has effect shader, there we are. So has effect shader, the effect shader. Cool. Has effect shader. Loot vision. Pulse shader. How do I do a not? Or an inversion of logic. Container inventory count. Okay, those are types. Get item count? No. So, let's see. Not. These directives are a series of traits that perform the logical functions on an element. In a user interface XML block. That's not exactly what I want. Logical not. How about that? Function added by script extender performs a logical not on a 32-bit integer. That's not exactly what I want either. Operators. Operators. Show me operators. This is sign, logical or, logical and, add and assign, subtract and assign, multiply and assign, divide and assign, exponent and assign. Interesting. Bitwise or and assign, bitwise and assign, modulo assign, fine, slice, range, make pair, equality, inequality, greater than, less than, bitwise or, bitwise and, binary left, right, da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Difference slash unbox. What do you mean? That's multiplication, you piece of shit. box. Logical not. Okay, there we go. Turns the opposite of a Boolean expression. True evaluates to false. Right, okay. That makes sense. So now we have this. And we want to put that in parentheses because that's how that goes, kind of. And if indent these for human readability standards. If not this, then this, right? Now, actually, this should probably be part of this, and we do the logical and with it, and not this. That way it's only painting the ones that are not already painted with the shader. And it's not wasting time getting back to this. We need an else if to check for if there is a shader and you failed the previous check somehow, then you remove the shader. Might actually do a little bit of this, copy that, bring it over, is less than or equal to 0. Has a vect shader, illusion, pulse shader. And has it. Remove it. Then go to the next ref, then go back to 27. That's how you loop. Save this. Now, for this thing, let's go ahead and do some of these shenanigans. And if, okay, and then the current ref is not a container, so we just need to check if it doesn't have this shader. And if it doesn't, then it needs to have that. So there. I also have these little things in the lower right corner to tell me when things are happening with the stream. Like when my socials fade in and out, things like that. So if it doesn't have it, then it needs to have it. Okay. Then change the current ref to pencil for clearing whatever the hell data. Okay. Vision pulse shader, yeah. I think that works. I can't think of why it won't. Do you want to save the current script? Yes. Why aren't you saving? Yes. Okay, well, what is wrong here? Save this. So did I do the else if wrong? I don't even know. I don't even know. Yeah, I want to reload it. Uh-huh. So it does some error correction. Some. Hold on. So logical not, parentheses, and close expressions, and parentheses to override default precedence rules. Fine. Assign a variable, a few examples, okay. I don't get it. Alright, I just want to figure out what I did wrong so it actually saves. Is there an else if? If there isn't an else if, then I'm kind of the clown here. Heading and options menu. Okay, else. I'm just looking at how they use the decision structures and looking for a precedent on how it uses else if this, right? And also how it uses logical and. So this is box, but this is a bitwise and. Huh. Logical and. It's exactly what I want. True if both expressions are true. Since XNVSE, in the context of assignment, if the left-hand value is false, return 0. Otherwise, returns the right-hand value's numeric value converted to bool for non-numeric types. This behavior is different from the vanilla AND operator, which only returns a Boolean, 1 or 0. Interesting. Not exactly the answer I'm looking for. Error correction, ladies and gentlemen, is tricky. Do some parentheses, how about that? When in doubt, enclose it. So good to have the music. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Save this motherfucker. And Control A, Control C, and Control V over here once we do Control A. Okay? Are you good? You doing good? No, you're not doing good, because you got the star. Fucking asshole. Yes, I want to save. No, you're not going to let me save. Okay, how about this? We go to here. We do this shenanigan. We do that, right? You do that, right? Saving, compiling, closing. No. Why can't you? Why can't you work? Okay, then we're going to do some nested bullshit. How about that? I'm getting annoyed because shit's not working the way I expect it. And apparently logical ands are frowned upon in this establishment. Yeah, I'm about to blow my top. Yum. Gonna make me stop. Alright, and I know that this works. Kind of. I don't know if I can just put an exclamation point there and have this work. But, we'll figure it out. Yeah? What the fuck? Is it the not logic? Good God, man. Why do you hate me? Alright, then we're going to have to do some shenanigans with if and else to make that a not. Okay? We can go back to 27 for all I care. This is some bullshit, you know? Bull motherfucking shit. Can't use not operators. Could be as simple as a typo as well, which I am not seeing right now. Save, motherfucker, save. Compile. Good. Now, how the fuck don't you have a not operator? Also, can I simplify this? Okay, and then we have that going on. And blah. But no, that's not how I want it to be. The logic must be, first, check that the current container has items. Then, figure out other things. Can we do this? Invalid if and if block structure. Right, I know that. You're just an ass. Burns, burns. Ring of fire. The ring of fire. Okay, good. So the else if works. Okay, what about the and? If and if block, yeah, I know. You're a dick. Do what I want you to do, not what I tell you to do, okay? Because my mouth is fallible. Mind is also fallible, but less fallible than the mouth. Okay, so that's how and works over there. Okay. I'm just going over everything in my head to make sure that it is working as intended. At least through code reading it. So save that. Close it. Head back into the game. I've looted mama. Okay. Okay. So, test number 1. You have nothing now, right? Maybe you have a hidden item in you. I don't know. At this point, it could be anything. Alright, how about, something... What's up?
Is this all the water we have?
No, I got more over here.
Okay.
Just my brother checking on stuff, supplies, things like that. Let's put that in there. How about that? Will it update? Tell you what, let's exit and re-enter. Uh-oh. We're frozen. Are you going to properly crash, or am I going to have to crash you? Okay. Let's try this again. Hopefully that was a fluke. And it wasn't due to my hack job coding. But it could very well likely be my hack job coding. So, okay. So you now have items in you. Wait, that's weird. They weren't there before. Oh. Did it again. Okay. So logical and might be giving this thing trouble. I'm not too sure. What makes me say that is that I did not have it in the previous version. Always test your code modularly so you know what you have added and can later remove it. This is some bullshit. So I don't think I'm going to do this for very much longer, and then I'll just transition into playing Fallout instead of modding the fuck out of it. With whatever version of the mod seems stable. We don't change that. Else if that, if this, then remove it. Easy. Alright, get it out. Alright, give it another try. Not too long. Stay. across that room. Held her hand in mine. Uh-oh. That's unfortunate. Game froze again. That's not good. We might have to strip out the additional checks to make sure that things don't already have the shader on them, because that could be causing some issues. Okay. Let's try to keep things simple for now until I actually know what I'm doing. It's probably because that function hasn't been fully compiled, because for some reason it's not loading NVSE shit. But I can't really be sure. So if the container has a count, that's fine. Maybe it's the go-tos. I'm not capitalizing them correctly. I don't know, man. I'll have to do some more testing later. So get the shader, just use it, and then it doesn't matter how many times you apply it, it's fine. And then else if you do this, and then remove it. Okay. And get rid of this one too, because could be issues. Make it simple. Go to 201, go to 27. Okay. Save, motherfucker. Okay. I have a previous version to fall back on if things go awry, but I really don't want to. It also has container detection, but things persist. Let's go back to here. "30-second timer in my face." At least you can see what I'm dealing with. it is annoying to deal with every hour, which is why I basically focused on direct capture of the game. So standing. Just standing. What about crouching? Do you dismiss now, or what? Okay, so you do. Kind of. After a time. Well, maybe multiple instances are getting put on. I don't know. Should show bottle caps as well. If I can get a good look. Yeah. And it will do it for like 2 cells around the player, which I'm not too thrilled about. To reduce the load, I might bring it down to 1 cell, 1 additional cell. Radius, more or less. Okay, so actually let me double check that's what it will do. If not, then I am a fool. Let's see, yeah. We'll pick up dead and disabled references. Note the example checks for this. Weird. Turns the first reference in the player's current cell. A type can optionally be supplied by its ID code to return only references matching that type. For example, you can pass 200 for actors, 201 for inventory items. Returns nothing if there is no reference matching the type in the cell. This function will normally be used only prior to a loop, including get next ref to scan actors in a cell. An optional cell depth can be applied to specify the number of adjacent cells to scan in exteriors. A cell depth of 1 scans the player's current cell plus 8 adjacent cells. A depth of 2, 25 adjacent cells. By default, inactive references to items which were previously picked up by an actor are ignored. Passing 1 for the third parameter will force those references to be included. Okay, so I don't want that many cells tracked for lootables. I just want the one I'm in and the ones next to me, really. And that should be enough. But I have a feeling I'm going to be in need of crouching a lot if I do that, which is fine. That said, I'm sure I can figure out ways to make it so crouching is not the activator for this. But I need more experience with scripting this shit. Because it is complicated and it is not standard. Alright, try that. Save it. Okay, and we got the removal thing, that's fine. Save, compile, move along, save, get this out of here. Okay, and then get in it, test it out, make sure it doesn't crash. Ugh. All right. How we doing over here? Looks okay. Bum ba da dum da bum ba da bum. And it does hit the vending machines, which is good. Taking the easy way out now. Hey, tripper. I take it, yeah. Let's go out into the city. And actually, New Vegas in general for stress testing. There ain't nothing out here. I'm just trying to figure out exactly how much is working on thing. So that dumpster is a container, I think. So it should be marking those for me. Should be marking these too, but it's not. Yeah, I noticed it's not doing it continuously. It's doing a few things continuously, but not all of them. Unless these are not... not counted as... Oh, that one was empty? Okay, fine. So anyway, Footlocker's here, right? Yeah. What about this? What about that? Nothing.
Only I can keep you safe, my friend.
Okay.
Dangerous place.
Let's go to a full exterior. See what happens. Putting my tack on for reasons. So these are not. And I'm curious. I don't know what the form type of this is. I think it might be an activator. Could be.
Howdy.
Hi. Caution? Oh shit.
Hey, I'm hit! I'm hit!
Just a thug.
Hey there.
Got any containers with stuff? Got a few things. Acoustic guitar. Okay. Pre-war book. Not terrible. Yeah, and I could do some specific effect shaders for detecting specific key items, like notes and keys specifically. Also, pre-war books could be another thing. But baby steps. Baby steps are important. Shut up. I hate to say it, where like NPCs say all the time. But yeah. Well, I think it's reasonably stable. Although something is probably going to prove me wrong on that during gameplay. Mostly looking for a dumpster to dive in. But it doesn't seem like that's very frequent. Maybe I should go around Freeside, continue going around Freeside. Haggle and Harry's. No. Freeside North. Alright. Just try to find a dumpster to dive in.
Safety guaranteed.
You gonna do the thing or what? I mean, you have stuff.
Hey there. Only I can keep you safe, my friend.
Okay, it's not working for some reason. Okay, now it's working. Why was it not working before? Very confused.
If it can be bought, it can be founded.
Well, I mean, it's a help. It's not a very consistent help. I think it's trying to check too many things, and not enough things are coming to the fore. Oh, hey, there's a mailbox. Something in it. Some junk that I probably missed in the playthrough. Dumpster to dive in. Okay. Seems like moving around and or aiming helps with the detection with this method. Also, staying crouched. I don't know how I feel about that though. Always being crouched. That's fine. I'm just snooping. Yeah, those are not freely available, so we're going to have to figure out some way to make it so it displays a differentiation between freely available items and theft. But overall, I think this worked pretty well.
Hey,
And the game didn't crash. So huzzah. So get out of the game for a sec. So these are my notes that I've been referring to back and forth all over the frickin' map. And these are points of interest that I should verify before making assertions, right? So anyway, that's basically what I've been following all this time. And to just make things a little bit more stable, I'm gonna delete all the saves back to the stream, the master stream save. And then, tell you what, I'm gonna do the picture-in-picture bullshit while I turn off displaying my entire display. So, you guys are just going to see the game I am playing at the moment. Which will be Minecraft for a little bit, but I can navigate to New Vegas, start that up, and then after a bit of a break, transition period, I can actually start playing TTW again, getting to the places and doing the things, right? So anyway, I hope this was very insightful content. I try my best. Sometimes it's just rambling garbage. But I try my best to be entertaining that way. Anyway, this is Lifeseeker 128. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow my channels. Make sure that you do your due diligence in helping me help myself. Okay? Okay. Anyway, break time.